Peter. Happy Financial Literacy Month. I think this is so great. We are creating a series of videos that we're breaking down some really good topics. Today, we're going to focus on the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA. This is important because I know that retirement planning is something you specialize in, but you also encourage tax diversification. So just break it down. What is the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA?
Well, it's pay me now or pay me later. And a lot of people have made the deal to pay later. It's what we've sort of been taught and encouraged to do since really the inception of the 401k. We were told and taught to put as much money into the 401k as possible. And by the way, don't worry about paying taxes on that because they'll be lower later. Well, a lot of people forgot that they're still due later. You still got to pay those taxes. And, as we are turning from the working years into retirement years, the result is that tax planning and proactively managing that tax liability that we've built up for ourselves has really become a very important factor in retirement.
Right. And so as we consider the two kind of Roths, you said it, basically you pay your taxes now or later. But as I look at this to try to figure out, well, I don't know what my future marginal tax rate would be. So I'm asking, why would I want to pay my taxes now?
Yeah, well, again, there are two different types of IRAs. Traditional, that is, save, don't pay the taxes now, put it away in a retirement account, and taxes will be due at a later date in retirement, or Roth. Go ahead and pay the taxes now, buy Uncle Sam out of that account, out of ownership, and be done with taxes forever. So all of the growth and all of the income that you take it is yours to keep. Now, you do need to crunch some numbers carefully on this because retirement's not always about replacing 100% of your working career income. Retirement often is about replacing 100% of your needed expenses. And a lot of people are earning sufficiently more income today during their working career than they are likely to be spending in retirement. So you do have to do some projections there and figure out, okay, what am I earning today? What tax rate and bracket does this put me in? And
Right.
what are my living expenses today? And can we extrapolate this out? And with any likelihood and probability, are we going to be in a lower tax rate and bracket in retirement? If so, it may make sense to continue to defer and delay paying those taxes until retirement. But if we find that we're likely to be about the same place, probably just as well go ahead and pay those taxes for a couple of different factors. One, it's just easier to pay a bill while you're earning a paycheck and brand new income with which to pay it than it is to try to budget it out of your retirement nest egg. But also, we know as tax laws stand right now, that tax rates are slated to increase in just a few short years. The 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act will expire. It was only a temporary measure. And in 2026, tax rates and brackets go back up to their previous levels. It's not
Mhm.
just on these ultra wealthy or the evil rich people or those making more than $400,000. The 12% bracket, the lowest one, goes up to 15%. The 22 goes up to 25. The 24 goes up to 28. So it's an across the board tax increase. Why not pay taxes now at a lower rate if we crunch these numbers and figure out that that makes sense? But it does, again, Aaron, take some pretty careful planning for that.
Right. Yeah. Rates are historically low. And then just to give everybody anxiety, because it gives me anxiety to look at it, the national debt clock. The government has to get its money somewhere, right, Peter? It's either by
Yeah.
raising taxes or reducing spending. So I would think the safer bet is that your taxes are going to go up.
Well, I think anybody who's been paying taxes has felt like the government's been getting their money, but they've
Yeah.
been spending clearly from the national debt clock way more than they've been collecting. I saw this highlight video of the Great Recession and the housing market crash, and it was showing different clips. And one of them was the national debt in 2007, where it was just cracking $10 trillion. I had to
Just
go
10
back and double
trillion.
check that for reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, $30 trillion in debt. Um, Ironically, maybe not so ironic, there's estimated to be just over about 30 to 35 trillion dollars in yet to be taxed deferred retirement accounts. And so
Mm.
those could become a target kind of in the bullseye of the government's question of where are we going to raise enough money to hopefully pay for some of our expenditures.
Wow,
So
isn't
yeah,
that
I
interesting?
really think that taking a look at that clock, it is
Yeah,
scary, but it is yet another reason to
right,
consider
right.
taking advantage of Roth opportunities. I also want to throw out there, Aaron, that the Roth opportunity is not just with IRAs any longer. A lot of companies are now offering Roth availability inside of a 401k.
Right.
So kind of get it taken care of automatically, out of sight, out of mind. And oh, by the way, with your taxes already paid on that account. Kind of a misconception, often confused, is that people think that the company will only match if you choose to defer and delay and do the traditional 401k. The company does not care if you choose the Roth. They will still match those contributions, but their match will always go to the traditional side. They're nice enough to offer a match, not nice enough to pay your taxes on that match for you.
I know. We need to negotiate that into our next contracts, I guess,
Yeah.
Peter. We'll see.
Good luck with
This
that.
was
They are
yeah.
shifting some of their tax liability onto their workers. I always take issue with the term free money. There's no such thing as free money.
No
Very
such
little
thing
in
as a
life
free
is
lunch.
free,
You are
especially
so
not money.
right.
Yeah.
Peter, this was really helpful. If somebody has some questions about the best way that they should diversify their retirement income and their retirement spending right now, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, yeah, reach out, be in touch through the website, RichonPlanning.com. It looks like richonplanning.com. You can email me, Peter at RichonPlanning.com. You can call the office, 919 300 5886.
All right. Peter, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.